Hello everyone and welcome back to Cute Crochet. My name is Sri and in today's video I am going to show you how to make this bag. I guess the best use of this bag is as a market bag or a shopping bag. It is extremely stretchy but also very durable, and of course it is washable and reusable. This is also one of the easiest bags to make for a beginner because it consists of the most basic crochet stitches, which is the chain and the single crochet, and it is also made in one piece, so there is no joining or stitching in the end. The size of this bag is easily adjustable and it also doesn't take that long to make. You can whip one of these up in just a couple of days. This is actually what I gifted my mom for Mother's Day this year, so I added a couple of cute charms to make it extra adorable. I have videos on my channel on both of these already and I will leave them in the descriptions. So let's get started. I'm going to be using this beautiful green color yarn. I don't know how well it is picking up on camera, but it is absolutely gorgeous and I was saving it for a very special project because I only have a little bit of it. I have only 4 small skeins of it and each skein is about 50 grams, so about 200 grams in total, and this should be the perfect amount to make this bag. This is a 4-ply yarn and with it I am going to be using a 4mm crochet hook. Start by making a slip knot. Now I am making 30 chains. Keep in mind that this is not an exact number. You can make any number of chains depending on how wide you want your bag to be. Here I finished making my 30 chains. Keep in mind that your bag will end up being about 3 times the length of this chain, so I wouldn't make this chain too much longer, and if you want a smaller bag, you can make fewer chains. Now I am going to make one more chain. This is going to act as a turning chain, so we are not going to count it. Next, flip over the chain and we are going to make single crochets into the back loops of the chain. You can clearly see the bumps at the back of the chain like this. We are going to place our single crochets into those. To make the single crochets, we are going to first skip the first chain and then insert our hook into the back loop of the second chain. Then yarn over and pull up a loop. You will have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, and that finishes one single crochet. Again, insert your hook into the back loop of the next chain and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2. Continue to make single crochets like this into the back loops of the chain. Getting into the back loops of a chain is always tricky, but it's so worth it to get the nice finished edge. Continue making single crochets like this all across the length of the chain. I'm going to finish this and meet back up with you. Here I'm almost at the end of the first row. I'm making one last single crochet into the last chain. Here I have 30 single crochet. The number of your single crochet should be equal to the number of chains you started with. Then chain 1 and turn your work. Then for row 2, simply place one single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Here I am at the end of row 2. I am again going to chain 1 and turn my work. From now on, every row is going to be a repetition of row 2. You can make as many rows as you want depending on how wide you want the top band of the bag. I'm going to finish making the top band and then I'm going to meet back up with you. Here I finished making the top band of the bag. I ended up making 8 rows in total. Here you can see the nice finished edge that we created. Now we are going to get started with the body of the bag. For that, chain 5 and turn your work. Then single crochet into the first stitch like so. Again chain 5. Then single crochet into the next stitch of the previous row. Again chain 5 and single crochet into the next stitch. Continue making chain 5 and single crochet all the way across. In the end, you should have 30 chain 5 loops and 30 single crochets. Here I am at the end of the first row of the body of the bag. It should look something like this. To make the next row, again chain 5 and turn your work. Then single crochet into that first chain 5 loop. Then chain 5 again. And single crochet into the next chain 5 loop to join. Continue repeating the same thing, chain 5 and single crochet all the way across. Here I am at the end of the second row, chain 5 and single crochet into the last chain 5 loop to join. For row 3, chain 5 and turn your work. From now on, every row is going to be a repetition of row 2. Simply chain 5 and then single crochet into the next chain 5 space to join. There is no fixed number of rows that you have to make. You can make any number of rows you want depending on how deep you want your bag to be. I usually end up making 50 to 55 rows. I'm going to make it halfway, so about 25 rows, and then I'm going to meet back up with you to show you the measurements. Here I'm at the halfway point of the bag. It's about 25 rows. I'm going to make 50 rows in total, so this is about how wide your bag will end up being. To count the rows, you can either go diagonally like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Or you can count it along the side like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. As you can see, our bag has become quite wide, 3 times in fact of the top band. You can clearly see that when you fold it over like this, so make your foundation chain accordingly. Now I am going to finish making the rest of the 25 rows and then I am going to meet back up with you. Here I have finished making 50 rows. It should look something like this. Next, what we have to do is crunch up the top. We do this so that it becomes the same size as the top band once again. To decrease the top, chain 1 and turn your work. Then make 1 single crochet into the first chain 5 space. Then directly make 1 single crochet into the next chain 5 space. And continue making 1 single crochet in each of the chain 5 spaces all the way across. Here I am making 1 last single crochet into the last chain 5 space. At the end you should have 30 single crochet stitches like this. This is the first row of your other top band. Now for row 2, first chain 1 and turn your work. Then make 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across. We are now going to repeat row 2 a few more times. Since in the beginning I had 8 rows, I am going to make 6 more rows to make both the sides even. Here I finished making the top bands on both the sides. As you can see, they are pretty even. Chain 1. We are going to get started on the straps now. Place 1 single crochet on the side of each of the 8 single crochet rows. Once you reach the mesh part, make one single crochet on the side of that first single crochet. Then make one single crochet into the next chain space. Again, one single crochet onto the side of the single crochet. And again one single crochet into the next chain space. Continue repeating like this all the way across the side. Here I have almost reached the other top band. Here we are again going to make one single crochet along the side of each of the 8 rows. Next, I am going to make the chain for the straps. There is no exact number of chains that you need to make. Make as many chains as you want depending on how long you want the straps of your bag to be. Just keep count of the number of chains you are making because you want both your straps to be even. I find that making 75 chains is a good length. Here I have finished making the 75 chains. Make sure that your chain is not twisting and go over to the other side, and I am going to make a single crochet on the side of that first row, and I am also going to work over that tail. Now it's the same thing as the other side. Make one single crochet along the side of each of these single crochet rows. Once you reach the mesh part, one single crochet on the side of the first single crochet and then one single crochet into the chain space. Again one single crochet onto the side of the single crochet and again one single crochet into the next chain space. Continue repeating this all the way across. Here I have come up the other side. Now I am going to make 75 chains. You should make the same number of chains that you made previously. Here I have finished making 75 chains. Make sure that your chain is not twisting and then slip stitch into that first single crochet to join. For the next round, chain 1 and place one single crochet into that same stitch. Then place one single crochet in each of the stitches all the way across until you reach the chain. Once you reach the chain, flip it over and make single crochets along the back loops of the chain like we did previously for the foundation chain. Fair warning, it is a bit finicky and it does take some time to do. You might want to loosen the back loop first with your crochet hook before placing the stitch. We are using the back loop so that we have a nice finished edge on both sides of the strap. If you don't want that, you can just do it normally and save some time. Once you have made 75 single crochets along the chain, make single crochets into the single crochets of the previous round until you reach the next chain. And once you reach the next chain, again make single crochets along it like we did previously. After making single crochets along the second strap, we are going to slip stitch into that first single crochet to join. Then we are going to make a couple of more rounds in the same way, making one single crochet in each of the single crochets of the previous round just to thicken up the strap. You can make the straps as thick as you want. And here is the finished bag. I ended up making 3 rounds for the straps. Now all that's left is adding the charms and we are all done. How cute is that? I hope you guys like this video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.